In the spell. God damn it. Fucking. We have to crawl our way out of here? This is ridiculous. And this is like the more modernized version of it too. Just kill things, please. Guess we're just using both on them. We were not prepared. That is abundantly clear to me now. No, I'm going the wrong way. Crystal. These crystals should, like, heal me. And resurrect the dead. Do all those things. Can I go down the waterfall? Take me. Do we have a cottage? No. Son of a bitch. I just read that he could fucking cast teleport to get out of the dungeon. This is my first turn-based? No. Far from it. I meant to pull up the map, and there's not a map on here. Okay. We can go right here. Hi there. Is it Shahai? Welcome to the channel. Alright. We made it back. Good gravy. Alright, so in Final Fantasy 1 when we were playing that, there was temples that you had to go to resurrect anybody that got KO'd. Looks like that's the case here. Yeah. Get up, nerd. You're an FF2 fan, grew up with Dragon Warrior? Well, good. Maybe you can provide me some assistance, because I've played a whole lot of turn-based RPGs. Played a lot of Final Fantasies, but part of Final Fantasy Friday is we're going through and playing all of the main entries in order, 1 through 15. Clearly we're on 2 right now. Yeah, and Tyranno's right. I finished up Final Fantasy 1 a couple weeks ago, and we did Mario Brothers RPG on stream. But as a child, I played a lot of the later Final Fantasies, like 6, 7, 8, 9. But it's the ones I've done on stream so far were firsts. So this is the first time I played. Well, last week, a couple weeks ago, was the first time I played Final Fantasy 1. Well, that's not true, because that was just the last day of it. But this is the first time I'm playing Final Fantasy 2. And, Final Fantasy 2 has a unique, I guess is the best way to put it, leveling system. And it's a nightmare, from what I'm learning. People generally don't care for it. So apparently I need to go back down to low armor with him because I'm not leveling up his HP nearly enough because he's not getting hit hard enough. And I need a farm. So I apologize, guys, but apparently I gotta farm a bunch. Okay, I think I ran away from that fight. Actually sounds kind of cool, fast forward. Garlic? That's new. Damages the undead. Clever. So yeah, so apparently, like, you have to take hits to level up HP, which is new to me. So everybody online saying don't use good armor, because if you do, you're gonna take less hits and you're gonna level up less. Can you hit yourself? Does that work? I wonder if that counts. Online advice for FF2 is a mixed bag. I found that too. It seems that people really haven't figured out the game in all these years. But real basic, I mean, just following the theme that from the bits that are very clear and apparent to me. Basically, the more something happens, the better your character's going to get at it. So the more he gets hit, the more HP he's going to have. The more he hits things with a weapon, he gets better with that weapon. The more he casts a spell, he gets better with that spell. So I feel like that part's pretty straightforward. A lot of it was designed to make the early game sleep on button easy, with the side effect of making the final dungeon murderously hard. Yeah, see, that's kind of unilaterally what I'm finding is people are like, this game has a curve in it that you find that you have been building your characters wrong the entire time when you reach the final boss. And you have to, like, leave the dungeon and you have to farm an insane amount to fix your characters. And then you can beat them. So it seems like they were having, you know, they were trying to get creative with this one. It's clear. Maybe made some design mistakes, but that's okay. I like this because this is kind of how Elder Scrolls works, you know? The more that you use a one-hand sword in Elder Scrolls, like, the better you get with it. And if you jump a lot, you get better at jumping, like... You know? That's a very cool system. It did appear, though, I could attack myself. And it increased his HP. And I think I just killed myself. Okay. Whoops. I get around that by building them right the first time, which makes the first dungeons a little harder. Yeah, see, that's the problem, though, is, you know, for a new player like myself, we don't know without having to look it up, and then like somebody does all the work for you. You're right. You know what I mean? To find out what the right build is the first time round, and that kind of sucks because that goes back to what we were talking about the other day, Tyrano. You know, a developer appreciating and respecting your time. That's really the difference. I think I've boiled it down to a good and a bad game, is if a developer respects the time that you're putting into their game, that determines whether or not the game's good. So, or at least enjoyable, right? So as a new player, I never liked the experience of, because the game's figuring it out, right? I never liked the experience of just going online and having somebody else figure it out for me and I just do what they say to do. Because then it's not fun. It's not me playing the game. I'm just emulating how they played the game or how they played it multiple times. But the fact that that's almost required for me to get through this in a single try is a bit frustrating. I do know that you can retrain characters though, right? Like if you accidentally made somebody too like physical heavy, you could just teach them some spells and then just, it takes a really long time, but you can retrain them as a mage. And they'll lose their physical abilities. Could correct me if I'm wrong, I don't know. But see, that's not a respect of your time. They're teaching you how to play the game one way the whole time, and then you find you have to go back and, like, put a bunch of filler in the game to fix the way it was made, or the way you made your character so you can beat the last boss. And, that's not respecting your time. I want to hit myself, but it hurt. You can always retrain. Good. These first few dungeons a little harder. So, yeah, that's what I was reading online, is that people were like, you learn very early on that, like, magic is kind of the king in this game, and that you should just become, like, just make your team almost all mages right off the bat, and then just steamroll the rest of the game. Did you find that to be the experience? What did I want to do? And somebody was saying too, don't use cure very often and too much, because if you do, you end up causing cure to cost too much money, or too much mana rather. Which, what a silly concept that is. Alright, let's see if... Magic is king to me, but I really like magic. I never said damage magic. Yeah, I'm just talking about what people say online. People online are saying that attack magic is the best. But magic is fun. I accidentally taught fucking Guy teleport, and I'm feeling real sad about it. I'm real upset about it. Alright, we're gonna see if Furion levels up his HP. Guy's strength level up. Nice. Take all kinds of damage. Yeah, you're right. He is reasonably to be one of the two survivors. That's a pretty good point. Good way to look at it. That means I also used a fire tome and I didn't need to, because Because now I've learned, which is part of this, the fun of this, is that